So moving on to a case study, which will enable us to understand how the PPAC works in practice. I'll take you through the first. This was the first PPAC in Singapore. As I mentioned, it was still under the old Companies Act in 2017. So we started this restructuring actually in 2017, and prior to actually, commencing the soliciting of works from creditors, we had actually met the creditors of the company. So in this case, the scheme was only proposed in relation to the 7 bank lenders of the company. So it was not envisaged to use this PPAC mechanism for operational restructuring. So it was just to deal with the loans that were extended by the 7 bank creditors to the debtor. So this was then under 211 L of the Companies Act. And in this case, so 5 out of the 7 bank lenders actually voted in favor of the restructuring. And the whole idea of the restructuring was actually for the company to exit its vessel business and to refocus on its heavy equipment business, which was actually the core original business of the wholly owned corporation group. So the scheme of arrangement actually involved the listed parent company. We did not do a restructuring for the subsidiaries, but what was interesting was that when we actually filed for moratorium to protect the company, we also filed the related company moratoriums to protect the subsidiaries, because it was all linked to the same restructuring. And some of these subsidiaries were actually ship-owning subsidiaries, and the parent company actually had guarantees in respect of the loans extended to the subsidiaries. So in this case, there was no scheme meeting. We had sent out the document sometime in November of 2017, and the moratorium was filed around that time as well. So the creditors all submitted their votes through ballot forms, and then the scheme manager also educated on the proof of debt to determine how much debt that each creditor held. So in this case, we had proposed the scheme to both the unsecured and secured lenders. So they were classified into 2 separate classes. So the court actually sanctioned the scheme in January of 2018. So it took about two months, and it could have been faster, but December was actually the court vacation, so there was no hearing dates available during December. So after court sanction was obtained in January of 2018, we had other follow-up methods to deal with, which would be like the shareholders' approval. There was the EGM convene, and also a whitewash waiver. But the court order, it actually the restructuring took effect upon the court order being lodged with ACRA.